Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is NIGHTMARCHER. Today we're going to make another video on New World. We're going to be talking about keeping track of your crafting and your ingredients and how best to tell whether or not you have the right ingredients to craft these recipes. So one of the first things and one of the easiest ones to do for me is cooking. I speak about cooking a lot in this game. I think it's one of the best ways to make money. But oftentimes, if any of you guys know who are into crafting, there's a lot of different ingredients for all the different types of crafts. So how do you know whether or not you actually have the right materials or if it's the right tier of materials? And how do you, rather than writing them down, how do you keep track of that, knowing what you need if there's 5 materials and you're just kind of curious where all of it is? Well, I'm going to introduce you to pinning your recipes. So a lot of people don't do this. For example, they come into their crafting thing and they go to something like a hearty meal, right? This is level 60 meal that you have to make, and there is more than one ingredient. There's 5 here, and oftentimes it's a tier 5 ingredient or higher or similar that it's asking you by default to do. You can use the drop downs and select different ones, right? And sometimes it'll say, do you have enough for this? Or you want to remember all these things or make a list of different things that you want to make because it's going to give you the best XP, by crafting it. But say you have a hearty meal and then you want to go over here and check to see if can I make something else, let's say shooter sandwich or something like this, and you want to track all of these things. Well, you can track one recipe at a time. If this makes it easier for you, just pin the recipe here. These little tracking icons or little hammer icons, crafting icons, will come up next to the different ingredients, and it will stay this way. It will also be that way, say if you go to J and you go all the way down to your recipes over here, you're going to see that that is now pinned in your list of things. You can pin this to your actual task list that's up on the top right, if you see that here. Now, another great thing about this is when you look in your inventory, you're also going to be able to scroll down and start to see the different pieces in your inventory for that crafting, right? So if I go back over here to my storage, what we're going to see when we open that is which ones are used in that crafting for that pinned recipe that I decided. So I have more tomato here. I have more rabbit food. I have more poultry here. I have basil. So all this is in my inventory. Now, the other thing about this is, let's say that is just the recipe that you decided to pin. Let's say we go back to this kitchen and we go to our hearty meal and we decide that we don't want this recipe. We want, let's say, this one or something else. We want to substitute these for things that we have a lot of, right, to save our resources. Let's say we change this up. Well, you notice that recipe is gone. We hit abandon, it no longer is on our list. We just pin this recipe and we say, okay, and then we come back here, and rather than like trying to remember the variations of materials that you use, you can just come back here and again check in your things which ones work, right? So I have that all pinned here, and I can also go into, let's say, my map, and let's say I go to my place that I have another home and I check my storage here. You can see that I have things in that storage up there for this recipe as well. So rather than having to write that stuff down, I just need to make a trip to over there because these are giving me the indication that I actually have the ingredients at that location. So again, I could go and check my storage in Windsward, and I can see that I have all that stuff here as well. I can go and check another storage, let's say Weavers, if I have anything there, and I've got a few pieces there that I can go pick up and make that stuff. Now, this tactic works for all of your crafting. You can do that for any recipe that you know, and you can track it that way. So rather than having to either, kind of go through your list and try to remember things here or there, you can easily see if you have those ingredients quickly. You can try to make this as efficient as possible, and that's my goal by releasing this video. So if it did, I would really appreciate it if you guys either left a thumbs up on the video or left a comment. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment and tell me what I could work on this one. I'm trying to grow the channel. I do stream on YouTube every weekday between 7:30 Central Standard Time AM till about 12:30 every day. I'd love to see you guys in the chat. I'm going to be putting up more content, so please subscribe to the channel so you can see more of these videos. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.